Hello YouTubers, we're fixing to work on this 2003 Nissan Altima. We're going to change the front driver's side wheel bearing. You can hear a noise as you drive it, so we're going to go ahead and check it out. Okay, we'll start off with taking off the tire first. I'm going to turn the wheel so we can have access to those bolts back here. Okay, as far as this part goes, you can do it two ways. You can take off the brake caliper with the brakes off, then take the bracket. I'm going to go ahead and do everything together. And the bracket takes two, I think these are 22 millimeter, one on top and then this bottom one. Okay, you probably won't be able to see. It's a tight squeeze for me too. You have the bottom one out. Top one. Hold on to your brake caliper and brake pads. See, it all comes out together. And I'm gonna put some bungee cord and hook it up here somewhere on these springs. And it is heavy, so don't just let it hang. Okay, now I'm going to slip this rotor off, get that out of the way. Take this Carter pin off. And I don't go crazy on these when I put them back on. I just split them open and that's good enough for me. Makes it easier if you ever have to get back in here or if anybody else does. I'll turn it into a pretzel. Now we take this 32 mil CV axle bolt, and I love it when they do this. You've seen how this moved back? That tells me I'm not gonna have issues with that axle going in or out. Okay, now we're gonna start on these. That's a 19 and 17 on the back. Let's get the gun. Okay, but before I take him out, I'll just go ahead and put these back on like this. I'm gonna do this bottom one. Let me turn the wheel. Let's see what size that one is. Okay, that bolt down here is a 22 millimeter, and it's hard to get with the impact gun. So I'm gonna use my wrench, and hopefully the whole thing won't spin. Okay, I finally got it loose. Now I'm gonna whack it right here so it'll come loose. All I gotta do is hit it right here a few times. And I think it's already loose. Yeah, it's already loose. So now I'm gonna turn the wheel and get the tie rod. Okay, we're going after this guy now. Let me see what size that bolt is. That's also a 19 millimeter. And some of them have a Carter pin on there. This one doesn't. There we go. Again, you're gonna hit it with the hammer to loosen it. There we go. That one gave it up quick. Now we can proceed to take these off up here. And again, I'm gonna take a pick and a hammer and slightly hit this and see if it's gonna go in. Yeah, it'll move. That's good enough. Take these off. Let me put this nut on the bottom of the tie rod so I don't lose it. All right, here you just want to push this, hold this, work these out, push on that. You may have to move the strut around. Alright, let's see if it'll come out now. You don't want the CV axle to come out, you want that to stay in there. So again, take your pick, or gently without the pick, you can bump it in there. And pop it out of this bottom control arm. There we go, that's what we're after this guy. Alright, let's see if you can hear it. See how rough it sounds? And you know what? I think I'm just gonna go to the salvage yard and get me a whole knuckle, because I don't like the way this one looks. It'll still work, but if you can see in there how it's all roughed up. I got some light there, so it's all scratched up. Like I said, it's still gonna work, but I don't like that. What happened was that CV axle was stuck on here. I broke 3 half-inch Craftsman ratchets, and I got them repaired. I got them replaced at Lowe's. So we had to cut it off, and that's why it's all scratched up. I cut that CV axle off, and I went too deep, and I kind of cut on that, but it's been driving like that. This axle was stuck, not this one, but another one. So I had to cut it off to get the axle off, and the knuckle was stuck on there. Okay, I just came back from the salvage. Paid $40 for this one. This is in better shape. Look how smooth that is. Look. Now look at the other one we just took off. But I'm gonna go ahead and go through the steps of taking that wheel bearing out, since that was the video was gonna be about that. But I'll just put this one on, and then we'll mess with that. Okay, let's see how hard this is gonna be. Make sure I got the right one. Yeah. I'm gonna try to put it in here first in the lower control arm. Grab the CV axle. It's a lot easier if you got someone helping you. Okay, let me put this bolt on the bottom so this bad boy won't come out more. Work that CV axle in there. You see it popped out through here. I'm just gonna put the big old nut on there. Keep it from coming back out. Grab my 2 bolts and work this top in. Work it, work it. Just work it, work it. There we go. It's not too bad of a job if everything goes as supposed to, which I know that doesn't happen all the time. Put these 2 on there. Turn this bad boy around and bring the camera around. Okay. Take the bolt off this one. Line it up. Put the bolt on the bottom, or put the nut on there. And we can go ahead and hit that one with the impact, since we have the 19 mil on it. That's good. Yeah. Okay, grab your 17 mil. Put it on the back. 19 mil on the front. That ain't going nowhere. That ain't going nowhere. Okay, let's turn the wheel. And this one's the one you're gonna have to do by hand because this wrench barely fits in there. It's a ratchet wrench, but it's kind of thick. It's hard to get in there. I'll go as far as I can with this, and then I'll use the old school wrenches to tighten it up. Okay, I'm making sure that one's tight. Okay, I think this will do it. Now maybe a few more kicks. Just for kicks. That'll work. Let me put a cotter pin on that bottom one, and then let's tighten this one. Let's tighten this one. Cotter pin. And make it do the split. You go the other way, buddy. And this roller moves around on me a lot, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a lug nut to hold it for me in place there. It's kind of hard trying to get that bracket on there when this thing's going like this. See you move now, boo boo. Turn the wheel. And this is a much easier way of doing the wheel bearings than having to, you know, take out, like I'm gonna do it here in a little bit. I'm gonna show you. This is a lot easier if you can find the whole knuckle with the bearing. I mean, you see how simple it is. But we're gonna go knock that one out here in a little bit, and I'll show you how it's done. And usually these bolts, they go to the brake bracket. They use Loctite. So I put a little bit of blue Loctite. I've done it without it, and you're okay as long as you tighten those bolts real good. But to be on the safe side, put a little bit of Loctite. Just make sure your brake pads are on there good. And the caliper in. See that Loctite on there? Oh, I don't want it to fall. Run those bolts on there. I got the top one on. Now we're going for the bottom one. Okay, we're in. Always start all your bolts by hand and nuts. You don't want to cross thread anything. Okay, that one's smooth. Top bolt, bottom bolt. Let's get the impact after them. Top one, bottom one, and these are big bolts, so you're not gonna hurt anything. These guys can take a lot. These big boys. Okay, I think we're done. Double check your work. I got these tight, right? Did y'all see me? Okay, got this one tight. No cotter pin. That's got a, oh yeah. Yeah. Gotta put a cotter pin on this bottom control arm. Let me find one. You know what? Let me go through the back. I think it'd probably be easier to open these. It's a little too big, so that's why I'm bending it a lot, but it'll work. It's in there now. Ensure that bolt don't come out, or that nut. Okay, now let me remove that lug nut I put there to keep the rotor from moving around. And we're ready for the tire. All right, ladies and gentlemen, works perfect, smooth riding. No more hearing that noise. Again, like always, I appreciate you, and thanks for watching, and God bless. Okay, we got the wheel hub off of the knuckle with the hub and the bearing. What you want to do is you want to press on this inner part, just this part right here, and get the bearing out. So we'll put it on the press like this, and we'll press it out that way. All right, we've got it on the press, and now I've got this tool, little tube that fits perfect right there. Put a little spacer, make sure it's aligned, and start pressing it out. And there it goes. Okay. And there it is. Okay, now I gotta cut this race off here. I'm just gonna put a line through here with the grinder, cutting wheel, then I'll hit it with the chisel. Here we go. Okay, I already cut through it, and this is what we have. This is part of the wheel bearing. Now we're just gonna take a hammer and hit it there. It's gonna pop open, and this will be able to come out. Take a chisel. And it'll split open. Okay, as y'all can see, it already opened up and it's coming loose. Now I just gotta work it out of here. There we go. That's what you want to take out. And we nicked it just a little bit. It's no biggie. Just take some emery cloth and run it through there. It's not gonna hurt anything. Now, if you nick it real bad, you can always buy the hub. They sell the hub. But we're gonna reuse this one. Like I said, I'm just going through the steps. I'm not even gonna buy a new wheel bearing. We're gonna use the same one. I'm just going through the steps on how this comes out. Oops, let's go this way. Okay, YouTubers, I apologize. I'm gonna be filming in 2 locations. I have my press over there at my brother's house, but I'm gonna have to figure out how to bring it over here because that's a lot of going back and forth. And yesterday I got a call and I had to leave, and that's why I'm finishing part of it here in the shop. Then I gotta run back to his shop and use the press. But anyway, we're gonna try to take out this ring, this clip, and on a lot of vehicles it's on there, you know, rusted and stuff. So just go around banging it like this, you know, this little clip here. Break it loose, shoot some WD-40 on it or whatever you use, and then just try to get under it and pop that get under there and use a screwdriver, whatever you have. Try to bring that clip up. See if I can get under with this little screwdriver. And see how it moves? You want to kind of move it too if it's on there stuck. That way you know it's going to come free. Get a pick or something back here. And see, I think that's going to work for me. See, I can get a screwdriver in there. And now we're in business. And watch that this doesn't pop on your face. So let me get a bigger screwdriver. Okay, we're going to try again. Taking the pick back here. Lifting this up. Got this smaller screwdriver that I'll hook up back here. Then I'll take this big screwdriver and get in there. Like I said, be careful. These do fly sometimes. Will pop you in the face. That's why they always say wear goggles. Okay, now we got that off. Now we're gonna go back to the shop and press the bearing out. What we're gonna do is we're gonna flip it this way, and this time we're gonna push on this whole area. Sorry, come on. This whole area and press the bearing, and then we'll press it back in. But we got to go over there, back to the my brother's shop where the press is at. Okay, guys, I just want to show you something real quick. In the back of this hub, you have another snap ring. So just be careful when you press it out. You see this opening? That's where you can get in, like I did in the front, to pop those snap rings, or that snap ring. And it's hard to see sometimes. It looks like it's part of the hub, but it's actually a snap ring. Some people take it off, some don't. I've done both. On this one, I didn't take it off. So when you press it out, make sure you don't grab that snap ring. Just put your collar or whatever adapter on all this silver part and press it out. Okay, guys, I'm back at my brother's shop, and that's the kit I'm using to use the adapters. And like I said, I just don't have room to put this press in my shop, but I'm gonna have to figure out how to do it though, because waste a lot of time coming all the way over here. Okay, I've got the whole knuckle on the press. It's upside down. We're gonna press the bearing out. Okay, I'll make sure I'm all lined up. Put some light there. And let's start pressing this out. There you go. And there's the hub or knuckle without the bearing in it. Okay, let me show you. This is the part that we had to cut. When you take the bearing out of the hub, this is the part that usually stays, on the hub, and we cut out, and this is how it really goes. That makes the whole bearing. We're gonna reuse this one because I'm just demonstrating. It's no good, but I'm just gonna show you how you put it back in. Okay, and what you want to do, you want to get yourself a collar. I got this collar from my kit. You want to set it here, and you're going to set this on here. Just work it wherever you're going to set it. You can take an old bearing to help press this one. Say this is the new one. We're just pretending this is the new one. You're going to set it straight in there. Make sure it's not crooked. Say you already cleaned it up. Put your grease around it or whatever, and if you got your old bearing, set it on there. Take another adapter that fits over all that, and you want a adapter on there, and you start cranking on it. Make sure everything's straight. You don't want it going crooked. Right there, I feel it already gotten hard, so let's open this up. Take this off, and there, your wheel bearing's in now. Look in the back and make sure it's flushed, and it is. So now we got to put the clip on. Okay, make sure you've got that little groove right there. You went far enough with the bearing that you're gonna have that little dip right here, that little groove, so you can put your clip. You can try one side first, and then take your screwdriver and do this number here. Watch your fingers, you'll get caught in there. Once you're in there like that, you can hammer the rest in. There, see how it snapped in there? And then just take your hammer, make sure it's in there. See if it slides. Yeah, it's in there. Okay, now you're gonna set your knuckle on this collar again. Make sure it sits on there straight. Then you're gonna take your hub and put it in there. Say you already greased it up and everything, cleaned it up. Like I said, this is a messed up one, so I'm not worried about it. Put as many adapters as you need to crank this baby down. Line it up. Think I'm good there. Let's crank it down. Do it till you bottom out. Think I'm down. Of course, sounds like crap because it's a messed up one, but see, that's all there is to it. Your bearing's in there, you're flushed in the back, and you're done. You just did your wheel bearing. Like I said, this one's messed up. I reused this. I just went through the steps so y'all could see how to press it out. Okay, guys, here's the knuckle and the hub all put together. Now we're back at my shop. We're back in my grounds. Now I feel comfortable. Yeah, I need to get that press over here. I just don't have room here, and I hate bothering him. He doesn't mind. He's the best brother you can have, but you know, he only works till 6, and I work from, sometimes I'm up till 2, 3 in the morning working on a customer's car trying to get it out. But that's how you do it. And I do apologize if I went too fast. I was just trying to get out of there, you know. Didn't want to be a burden there, but I know I'm not. You know, he doesn't mind, like I said, but I just don't feel comfortable doing stuff when it's not in my shop. But like I said, this isn't any good. It was just for demonstration. The knuckle's probably good. You could probably buy a new hub and bearing and reuse this. I'll keep it, but the bearing and the hub, you know, see how the hub's all scratched up, so I wouldn't use it. And I bet you this hub will come out. Let me see, let's try it, because I mean, it's not even tight. Like I said, it's all broken, and I bet you I can get that out. Let's see, I'm trying with one hand. Put the camera down. Okay, I put the camera down, and I'm gonna try to pull it with both hands. There, see? That's all it is. This is pretty good. Now you can see exactly what happens whenever you pop this hub out. Remember, we use the grinder. That's what you cut. That part of the bearing always stays on there 99% of the time. Sometimes you'll get lucky and it'll stay with the bearing. You don't have to cut anything, but most of the time it stays stuck on there. And here's where we did the cut. See, split it open. I hope that helps you guys, and like always, I really appreciate you, and God bless you.